Attention, all curious minds, innovators, and trendsetters. It's time to pause, lean in, and get ready for an extraordinary journey as we dive deep into the fascinating realms of life, technology, entertainment, and business. Let's explore, learn, and grow together. Brace yourselves, for the next thrilling episodes of Hipther Talks is about to take off. Counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go.
Hi everyone, Zoltan here. We're back again this week with Hipther Talks, and we are sticking to the iGaming topic because there was some interesting story out there about an iGaming trend report, which was put out by our friends at SOFTSWISS, and we want to talk about that. So I have the pleasure of having Nikita Keino, Head of Partnerships at SOFTSWISS Game Aggregator. Nikita, it's nice to have you here, and I hope I pronounced your last name correctly.
Hey, Zoltan. Yeah, it's correct. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we have this tradition here that we like to give the opportunity for our guests to say a few words about themselves in their own words, of course. So, Nikita, could you share some of your career steps you've taken, or maybe give a background to our audience?
Yeah, sure. So actually, as you mentioned, I'm head of partnerships at SOFTSWISS Game Aggregator nowadays. But previously, I started at SOFTSWISS 7 years ago as a partnership manager, and after that, I was promoted to team lead, and now I'm head of partnerships. So basically, head of the whole department. I would say several teams under my control. I would say, and we are actually dealing with the game providers, game studios. We're responsible for that part of job. But yeah, we have very diversified approach and angles in the teams.
All right. So this recent iGaming report, I know that it has been downloaded. The 2025 report has been downloaded by more than 13,000 times. And of course, the best part is that it contains more than 100 pages. So could you tell us what exactly is the iGaming report by SOFTSWISS, maybe so our audience get to know about it?
Yeah, sure, Zoltan. The iGaming Trends Report by SOFTSWISS is an annual industry-wide research publication. It maps out key directions and emerging patterns in the iGaming sector. It covers multiple domains. It covers technology, regulation, marketing, and business development. And it presents a panoramic, data-driven perspective on how the industry is evolving. I would like to mention that the first edition of iGaming report was launched in 2023, and since then, SOFTSWISS releases it every year. As mentioned, iGaming Trends report has been downloaded 13,000 times, and it contains more than 100 pages. It's about every aspect of the gaming industry. It includes regulation, marketing, business development, technology. And what I'd like to highlight that it is actually really well designed. I would say that the iGaming Trends report identifies and organizes the major trends. So actually we identified more than 15 major trends in the industry, and then we group them into thematic clusters, as I mentioned, such as innovation, marketing, business strategy. Also, it is free. It has the free access. You don't need to sign up or register something or buy something to get it. So it's freely downloadable from the SOFTSWISS website, and it makes it broadly available to everyone interested, to all the parties like operators, partners, stakeholders, everyone basically. And also, I'd like to mention that this report is built in partnerships with other companies. I would say that we gather the information not from only our own expertise, but also from our partners. And we launch some surveys. We collect the information from people outside the company, And then, of course, like we get all of that analyzed and get the report ready. So that like it's easily readable, accessible to everyone, and everyone can understand what it is meant and what they should expect from the industry in the upcoming year.
All right. So of course you would say it's well designed. It's done by your company.
Yeah.
So of course you would not say it's very ugly and it's not well written. So yeah, congratulations. Well, we know that we have been publishing this since 2023 when you guys launched it. Every year we covered the story. But since you've been for 7 years at SoftSWISS, could you maybe you've been basically part of the first report. So I'm more interested about if you had, how did this idea of creating this report first appear? And what was the main goal behind it? Was it just like a PR stunt to gather more like contacts or make yourself be heard out there? Or was it the goal just like to give out information for the industry?
Basically, it's a little bit of everything, I would say. It's not something one that you can mention, but yeah, of course, like 3 years ago, actually, we decided to create something unique on the market. We decided to fill the gap because, like, actually, we recognized there is a gap. There is a gap in the gaming industry, the lack of reliable, open, and systematic research and information about how the industry works, where it is heading to. So basically, it's one of the reasons why we decided to create it, to fill in this gap and to be the source of this reliable information. Because, like, as I mentioned, like a few years ago, it was difficult for industry players to access adequate and relevant information or track how the market might evolve. So SoftSWISS identified this need and decided to fill the gap by creating a comprehensive yearly report. So basically, it's not just like a report that we publish once, but we do it each year because the iGaming sector is really fast developing. It develops really fast, and a lot of changes are coming, and we need to update the trends because this year it's like one trend, the other one it's a new one. So the primary goal was to become a trusted and authoritative source of gaming insights, of course. But what we wanted to achieve, we wanted to provide strategic guidance that help operators, investors, and partners make informed decisions. We wanted to increase transparency, offering free open access to industry data in the sectors that traditionally lacked it. And in short, the report was created both to serve the industry with much needed research and establish SoftSWISS as a leading knowledge hub in the fast evolving gaming sector.
All right. So I'm also read went throughout the one in 2023 and 2024, 2025. Really curious about what's going on in this trend report, and yeah, there are some tools that you can use to get like not exactly the same data but it costs a lot. I know that it comes with a monthly subscription, and all the data is not like really pulled together in one report. Rather than you need to search for multiple reports per segment, per industry, and like you said, you have it like the trends in innovation. So could you tell us about the methodology? How do you collect and analyze the data for this report? How do you make? My question would be like, how do you add the relevant data? Because there's a lot of data out there that you need to like analyze for this report, and only give out the one that resonates. So how do you do it?
Yeah, as I mentioned, it's really important to have multiple data streams, I would say, and pillars to collect the information. First of all, yeah, we collect the information. We launch like industry surveys, and we welcome expert input. So then we analyze media and we do the news research. We analyze tens of thousands of headlines, news items. Basically, it is done to capture the most widely discussed signals and shifts in the market. Then, of course, we have some internal data. We have some internal platform data, I would say. So, for example, we have the game aggregator that allows us to observe real market activity. It helps us to observe player behavior, game popularity, for example, and how the technology adapting in this new environment. And of course, SoftSwiss has more than 15 years experience, and this in-house expertise is used to collect and then analyze data we receive. And also the partnership with some gaming companies, associations helps us to build such a comprehensive report because it adds further credibility and diversity of perspective in general. But after we collect information, we should properly analyze it. We should identify the trends. And here, we actually creating some groups of signals, and then we are collecting these signals and including them into some themes, some topics, wider topics, I would say. For example, we collect all the signals and then create the theme like technology, for example, every trend that is related to technology. We collect it, we analyze it in light of this kind of aspect of technology. For example, something happened, how it affected the technology, how it developed, how it changed, etc., etc. And of course, we use the mix of quantitative and qualitative measurements. For example, we combine numbers we have with qualitative judgments from experts. And of course, after that, we validate all the information, all the facts. We should validate it properly using different sources. We don't rely only on one source. We're using multiple sources and validate whether it can be considered as a trend or not. And after that, as we actually discussed before, then we need to create something that is really well designed, really accessible to the readers. And then we build this narrative. We are framing these final trends in some way that is really easily accessible to everyone, so that it's understandable to everyone, and everyone can get something for them, basically. And of course, the last step, I would say, it is continuous follow-ups. Once we publish a report, it's not the end. It's not that. Then we still extending the insights beyond this report by sending newsletters or additional communications to the public.
All right. So given that you had a strong download and request to download the report, the 2025 report, by the way, came out last year around October, November. So, like I said, given this strong need, does this confirm that the report is becoming a reference point for the industry, or was it just something that just happened during that period of time when you announced it, or you've seen downloads during the year as well?
Basically, we see the downloads during the year. And actually, yes. Short answer is yes. I think that it is a reference point for the industry, this report. Because, the gaming industry actually maturing and the competition is really intensifying. So it means that everyone now needs stronger branding, creating better play experience, diversifying revenue verticals, and exploring new market. And sometimes it's really hard to do it, but then you have the solution. You have like this report that can navigate you, that can help you to choose the right direction. So this report provides a clear roadmap for addressing these challenges and offers the strategic businesses something that they need to succeed in the long run. So basically, yes, I would say it is a reference point, to be honest. And if you want to succeed, of course, you should read this report. You should know these trends. You should follow these trends and understand them. And this report helps you to do that quite easily.
Yeah, I remember the 2025 report, which, like I said, was added last year. You were also highlighting Brazil as a market, which is like a trending market, and yeah, 2025 actually brought huge regulatory changes in markets like Brazil. So it's almost like you guys predicted that. So how are these shifts reshaping like the global iGaming landscape, and what should operators be most prepared for? Maybe you can give some sneak peek into the 2026 report.
I would say that yes, it is correct that yeah, there are a lot of changes in Brazil due to the regulation. And I would say that these changes brought quite a complicated certification process that, of course, influence the market and the availability of of content on the market. A lot of game studios are still, for example, a lot of game studios are still struggling to certify the content and be live on the market. And where they have been previously live, but now they can't because like there is this bureaucratic process and they need to accomplish all these processes, and it's kind of complicated. And of course, we discuss this trend, we show this trend, and we explain how to manage it, how to succeed, even like with this regulation. For example, we highlight that for nowadays we should change this strategy towards players on the markets because the regulation puts some restrictions, and for example, players cannot access the sign up or bonuses nowadays. They're restricted to using some promo tools, some benefits, and nowadays, like the operators should adjust their marketing strategies. They should adjust themselves how they acquire players, how they retain players, because the previous tools that have been usually accessible, they're not so accessible at the moment, I would say, because of the restrictions put by the regulation. So yeah, we highlight all of this stuff in the report, and you can read it and get more insights, more trend about that.
So are you guys doing any other reports?
Yes. For example, as you mentioned, like Brazil is a huge market, but in general, Latam is a huge market, and it's kind of like vague in some way, I would say, regarding the regulation and how to enter this market. It's not so easy, and that's why like we decided to create, for example, a gaming Latam report. This report emphasizes the fragmentations in Latam market. It highlights operations in regulation, differences in infrastructure, payment systems, and user behavior across different countries of Latam. Because it is one region, but still, like each country is unique there.
Different, yeah.
Yeah, and you should approach the players differently for each of this country, and that's why, like, we designed this report to make everyone know that it is the market that you should actually invest in a lot of your resources to understand how it works. And Latam in general, like it requires a lot of localization. It requires understanding of mobile internet penetration or income benchmarks. Of course, you should understand local betting culture. For example, they prefer sports or some local games, and it can be different in each country. So yeah, of course, like we highlight Brazil as a special country in this region, but we still like discussing all of the countries in the region, and we're trying to highlight the differences there.
Yeah, it's like now I'm going to challenge the status quo because I just realized that it's very interesting. People are like calling it entering Latam.
Yeah.
There are like 30 countries there. It's like I never hear companies say we're entering the European Union. It's the same thing. You have multiple jurisdictions, you have localizations, you have like culture different. So it's the same thing, but you never hear like people entering the European market because they are like entering like Romania or like it's the same thing. So yeah, the Latam is a huge country.
Yeah, it is huge. It is huge.
And there's many countries, many languages, and different jurisdictions. Not all of them allow gambling. So yeah,
it is true. Like everyone is trying to focus on Brazil, and sometimes everyone thinking that Brazil is Latam, but Brazil is not Latam. There are a lot of countries, also huge ones with great potential, but maybe underestimated sometimes. But you look into them more precisely, you will understand that it is good investment in general. It is a good opportunity. While everyone is focusing on Brazil, you should or you can actually focus on something else that can bring you
Chile, Argentina, Uruguay.
Some additional profit and new niche. Yeah, exactly.
All right. So this year's trend, iGaming trend report, the 2026 was in collaboration with Next.io. Could you tell us why you chose them? I mean, I don't like giving credit to one of our competitors, but we do now. Maybe next year, the 2027 report can be done with European Gaming. We can help you with Gaming Americas. But could you tell us why you chose this partnership?
It's kind of, we decided to do something differently this year, and we decided to have a partner to bring some additional depth and diversity of perspective to our research. So basically, this report is kind of research. And when it is done with someone else, also knowledgeable in the sphere, it provides more credibility, it provides more perspective to it. So we decided to have it this year with Next.io. It's the world gaming community that, to our opinion, will bring some additional knowledge, some additional depth of information to the report. So basically, it is the idea. The idea in general, like to try something new, basically.
Yeah.
Try a new format.
Makes sense, of course. And before that, there were no collaborations, right? You just like did it with the partners and.
Yes, exactly. So we didn't do it with some specific company. We just like collected information from different companies. We collected some views, some standpoints, but we didn't do it with some like collaborations like that before. Yeah.
All right. Next time, reach out to us.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. So when can the industry expect this report to be released, and how can listeners sign up for early access?
So the report will be released on the 3rd of November, so quite soon. And of course, like you can have early access to this report. You can scan QR code on the screen.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, and then you can sign up for it, and you will get it first. Yeah, once it is available, you will get it. But also, I would like to highlight and mention that during Sigma Rome, we will have a lot of events celebrating the publication, the edition of this iGaming Trends Report 2026. So on the 5th of November, there will be an iGaming Trends Marathon, and we invite everyone to join this iGaming Trends Marathon. There will be a lot of panel discussions devoted to the trends in the industry, to the iGaming in general, to the problems we have, how to solve it, how to tackle them. So basically, there will be a lot of experts from different companies, from different, I would say, spheres in the industry. And of course, it will be quite interesting to read the report and then to discuss some ideas maybe from it with some speakers. So yeah.
All right, so this is good to know, guys. By the way, the QR code is on the screen now. If you want to get early access, those who are listening to this podcast, unfortunately, you need to check out our YouTube video to get access. We will not share it in the description. We hope that we will not tire people out in Warsaw in the coming days, so they can still travel to Rome and have access to the conference there, because it's like crazy period. So Nikita, we have this other tradition here that we like to ask our guest to leave a message or a question for our next guest. Please be a message. Because we started this trend this year and hope to continue as for as many episodes as possible. It was been going really well. So what's your message or question for the next guest?
I would say we discussed here iGaming trends and we built the report on trends. But let's guess what will be the top 3 anti-trends in 2026. So basically, not trends, but what will be anti-trends.
All right, so one I can name, AI. That's definitely on the list.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, good. Nikita, it was great talking to you, and hope to get you somewhere at one of the conferences. And thank you for your time. Thank you for our audience for joining us, and we will be back next week with more crazy stuff. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
And that's a wrap for this section of Hipther Talks. Thank you for being a part of our journey today. Don't forget to tune in next week for more insights and discussions. Stay connected with us on Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and more. Until then, keep exploring and keep growing. We'll see you next time.